Today marks the 20th anniversary of this. Kind of scary in all honesty. Hello and welcome to the Northern Dalek YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about this, the 20th anniversary of New Who, and I'm going to be talking about my experiences with the show, growing up with it when I was in primary school and the effects it's had on me throughout my life. I just really wanted to put a video out there because it's been such an influential show on me as a person, and it's very much shaped the way I am. I just feel like I owe the show that. Literally, it's just me rambling about my personal experiences with the show. So when the show aired, I was 7 years old. I'm currently 27, 28 in August. And yeah, I didn't go near it until Series 2 aired. And I'll tell you why. There was a particular episode in Series 1 that terrified me for some time. And, well, this is it.
Mommy? Are you in there, Mommy? Mommy?
The Empty Child genuinely terrified me as a kid, to the point where I didn't go near the show till Series 2 was like airing, and even then I didn't go near the episode until like Series 3. It just scared the shit out of me and I just refused to go near it. It's one of my favourite episodes now from Series 1, don't get me wrong, but as a kid, that scene in particular just... And I think it's because I caught it off guard. I remember being on a family holiday and the episode was airing as a repeat first thing in the morning, and I remember having my breakfast and I remember catching the first part of the episode thinking, what is this? I remember seeing the titles and stuff like that thinking, what is this about? And the next thing I know, I look up and I'm seeing that. So while Series 2 was airing, I would get the DVDs, and the first episode I properly saw from the show was Dalek. And it captured me. It captured my imagination. And for those 45 minutes, I was hooked. I owe so much to that episode because I think if I never saw it, or if I watched another episode and, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have fell in love with it as much. But the Daleks, yeah, I was a Dalek fan from that point onwards. And a Doctor Who fan, I must add. See, I still remember my first Doctor Who toys, and the first thing that I got from the show was the Doctor Who walkie-talkie 2-pack. It was the 9th Doctor and Slitheen. I remember having them and just loving them so much because they were the 12-inch scale like figures. They went with like the 12-inch scale like RC Daleks and stuff. I just loved that Slitheen walkie-talkie. I never used it as a walkie-talkie. I just loved it for some reason. The first proper 5-inch figure that I actually got from the line or from character was this. It's just a simple Cyberman figure. There's nothing special, there's nothing rare about it, but it just holds so much nostalgia. And again, it was from Series 2. But this is when the card backs didn't have the serialized numbers or anything like that. I remember going to Argos to get this. Well, I went to Argos to pick up the TARDIS playset, and I really wanted the 10th Doctor figure because the 10th Doctor was literally like the best thing since sliced bread when I was growing up. I wanted to be him, and many people at my school wanted to be him. So going to Argos, I thought, I really want that figure. I hope they have it, and they didn't. And I settled on a Cyberman. And years later, I rebought it, and I've got it sealed in packaging. Again, it's nothing special. It's just something that holds so much sentimental value to me, with it being my first ever introduction to this line that I absolutely love by character. But then like stuff like, I remember my first proper box set, and that was the Series 2 box set, and I remember watching Confidential and stuff like that and just being really curious about the behind the scenes stuff. I know for a fact I didn't get the entirety of Series 1 till a good few years after for some reason. And then it was again like moving into like Series 3, which was great, incredibly dark, especially for a younger audience. I just felt it was very scary as a kid, especially obviously the introduction to the Weeping Angels and stuff like that. I remember my family genuinely being terrified of the Weeping Angels and me kind of getting a kick out of that. I don't know what that says about me, but I kind of found it a bit amusing as a child. Not so much the Weeping Angels because they were terrifying, but just the fact that like people in my life, like my family, would catch certain things from the show and be scared of them. But then like I remember going to school and stuff like that, and I used to play in the playground acting like the 10th Doctor. I'd go to school with my psychic paper and sonic screwdriver, and I would act out scenes from the show for hours, especially like every single day in the playground and stuff like that. Any opportunity I would have to bring something in related to Doctor Who, I would do it. And this is like primary school sort of stuff. It's not secondary or college or anything like that. This is like juniors, and like the teachers were even talking about it and stuff like that, and talking about, did you watch Doctor Who, did you like it, and this, that and the other. And I remember one discussion I had with a certain teacher that I was very fond of as a kid, and we were talking about the Family of Blood two-parter and how amazing the scarecrows looked in that episode, and like the props, the costumes and stuff like that. And I will say, whilst I do have problems with the show now and I'm very critical of certain episodes and this, that and the other, I think it's just because I'm kind of living off like the memories of how good it used to be. But again, talking about the show, like series 1, this is what the video was kind of meant to be about, and I've just kind of went off it about New Who. But the show genuinely was my comfort when I was struggling in school, when I was getting bullied and stuff like that. I was always the outsider. I was always that kid who was seen as the nerdy one. I mean, even in year 7, I had no interest in girls or anything like that. My interest was in who's playing the next Doctor, when's series 5 coming out, is it going to be good? This is where I want to talk about series 5, which is one of my favourite series from New Who. It came out at a time when I really needed distractions from things. As mentioned, I was getting bullied a hell of a lot in secondary school, and I was literally the punching bag for most people, and I kind of thought it was normal because of my autism. And I would come home and be covered in bruises, and I just hated life, and it wasn't good. And in all honesty, if I didn't have the show, and I didn't have something to really clutch onto and gravitate towards, I probably wouldn't be here today. And I know it's just a TV show, don't get me wrong, I know that. But as a kid who really needed something to escape with, the show was there for me, and it really helped me. I've met so many amazing people throughout my life who is here and a part of my life because of this show. This is like a common interest and we talk about it. I've also met actors from the show, mainly classic Who actors, because that's what I love. That's my preference now. I did grow up with the modern era of the show, but now as I've got older, my bread and butter is classic Who. I'm into my life at the perfect time, and I genuinely don't know what I'd do without it. As much as I rag on about the new stuff and say that it needs a break, I think if that break ever happened, I probably would feel pretty down about the whole thing for quite some time until it came back, if it came back. I just kind of miss when people would have a nice discussion about it. And don't get me wrong, you can be negative, you can be critical or criticize things, and that's completely fine. That is healthy, but being toxic isn't. And this is kind of why I have this sort of positive outlook on my channel. I kind of want this like discussion sort of thing with people within the community, and not people who want to argue and stuff like that. So I'd love to know your personal experience with the show in the comment section below. Let me know like how you got into it, which episode it was, which series. It doesn't matter if you came into it late or early or whatever. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm genuinely curious about other people's experiences with the show, especially series 1. 20 years of New Who. Anyone else feeling really fucking old yet? I would just like to say a big thank you to every single one of you that actually subscribes and watches the content and follows my videos, or even over on Instagram, because yeah, it means a lot. It means a hell of a lot. And again, there's so many people I've met through the show, if that's on Instagram or whatever, that I'm incredibly grateful for. I just quickly want to mention before I end the video, I hope you like this new setup with the lights and stuff. I've kind of been upgrading my kit, and yeah, let me know if this is kind of how you want it to go moving forward. The lights will probably change. Yeah, let's see how it goes, I suppose. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.